And welcome. My name's Photeus, and I play Path of Exile, and I've got a character here that I wanted to share with folks today. So this is a Molten Strike build, yeah, good old meatballs, and what my style with it is I've gone Ranger with it, and what I've got here is using a Dyadus main hand. I just corrupted it the other day for Molten Strike, which was pretty sweet, and then also got Razor of the Seven Sun as my offhand. And then I've got this helmet here, some hemburn gloves, belt, boots, taming, ember wake, and then an amulet, and then this armor is lionized vision. So this is just what I've got. Looking at items here, and then there's the points in the grid here, grid itself. I've got 2 wildfire jewels that I'm using for the attack, and that's just to increase the amount of fireballs we've got from the attack. And then I've got various mostly life attack speed jewels I've got going on here. Some have some resist on them, and then hopefully you can see, elemental overload. So basic concept of this build is I saw the Brutus Lead Sprinkler builds. That's kind of a no-brainer. You build a bunch of strength and you go that way. But I felt like I could do a lot with Ranger and the attack speed, and then also using various things to increase them. With Molten Strike, there's not a whole lot that shows in the sheet DPS. So, I mean, I've got 10,000 here. That doesn't sound like hardly anything. Boost it a little bit. Oops. Boost it a little bit with, our flammability, and then anger, and you're going there, and that seems all great. How I'm using the Molten Strike, though, is I got Molten Strike along with Wed, Multi-Strike. I'm still unsure if maxing Multi-Strike to 20 would even matter for the meatballs. I don't think it does. Conk Effect, chance to ignite, and solar projectiles. So just really quick concept. My build has pretty much near max ignite, and the whole reason for that is to ignite as many times as possible with the Ember-Taming combo. And you can see right here, I've got a sheet, 95% chance to ignite, and then flammability edges me out that extra 13%. That should generally affect all bosses except probably Guardians and Shaper. But so I mean, pretty much 100% chance to ignite. Every time I ignite, I'm recovering 1% max life when I ignite an enemy. And that's recovery, not leech. I also have a little bit of leech on the grid as well, which you probably saw from my tree. I do need mana leech though, so I'm pretty sure I cannot do a no leech map without a mana pot. But, I mean, you could slot that in for Rot Gut. I like Rot Gut on the build because it's an easy way to get Onslaught and basically be immune to status effects from the Ranger nodes. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at there. Since I got me a Prophecy, twice enchanted, I figure I'd just show off Uber Lab real quick. I'm going to go in blind to Uber Lab. That's not something you should usually do. But I'm going to jump in and just see what it's got today. And this build has done Minotaur and Hydra. And died once on Minotaur, which was no fun. Did not die on Hydra, basically crushed Hydra. Have not tried Phoenix, mainly because I ignite and I don't have rings. I would flip in some weapon elemental damage, life rings with a bunch of resists, probably a bunch of accuracy and stuff just to increase chance to hit there. For these, if I was going to do Phoenix, oops, and that was the whole reason for that is so that we're not relying on the Knights with Phoenix. And I also have a elemental focus in the back. Oh, one thing you may not I didn't mention before, I got Whirling Blades here, which is one benefit I've got on the Lead Sprinkler builds. I'm also really fast, so I can just run wherever I need to go. Oh, gotta go get the gold key. Alright. But this, at very least, makes a great lab runner. And the reason it's such a good lab runner is not because the Molten Strike I have on Dyadus. It was actually really easy before that. It's just icing on the cake sort of upgrades. The reason it makes a good lab runner is I've got speed, I've got regen, and I can still pot through things if I need to. So I got a little bit of everything I can work with. You know, I'm not really trying to do a speedrun. I hate these backwards rooms. Anyone else hate these backwards rooms? They just make me mad. Probably noticed that Elemental Reflect got a little bit hold of me there. Like, individual Reflect mobs are no problem. The can't do Elemental Reflect map mod. And that's just because my damage just outpaces the leech. And it gets worse as I apply more ignites. So, probably with some modification to make it happen. Here's why I like Rocket. Just hit it and run around rooms. Oh, where do I go? I hate the backwards rooms. Ah, here we go. You might notice a little bit of life regeneration on the totem things here. That's because of the recovery and that the fact they still get ignited. So that's it's pretty sweet and something I really like about the build. General weaknesses I would say the build has right now is, if you've noticed my life, it's at about 6,200. It'll be a little higher once I level, which will never happen because I'm a bad player and I die all the time. But should I level, it'll get over 62 pretty easily. And the problem is I just don't have enough life to take a huge spike hit. One thing I have not shown off is that I do have basically like some maintained dodge and spell dodge, and that helps a lot with light doing. Itziri, for example, this build requires no modification to do normal Itziri. Probably could do Uber Itziri without it, but not being able to ignite, oh shoot, don't get in, that was an accident, misclick on my part. Again, not a great player. I use Conk Effect to narrow the cone of the projectiles. The whole purpose of that is so that you have more land on a single target. If you get increased AoE, while it's fine for groups, it's just, it hurts your single target. So I try to avoid getting it where possible. So trial, yeah. Alright, so I don't know what Azaro is going to do. Pretty much going to burn through him unless he has some type of mod where it doesn't benefit me to do so. But we're just going to burn him down, not worry about him. Alright, so elemental golems. Just face tank him here for you. He's done. That's it. No other action we have to take. We'll keep him from getting a golem, but we'll go ahead and let him have him. Doop doop doop. And off we go. That should get us our key. I don't know. I don't do lab as much as I should. I don't normally farm it with this build. I've just been doing all kinds of various content, seeing what it can do. It's one of my better builds. That's why I'm sharing it. And let's not listen to that. And yes, I can go fast. It's very easy. Very easy just to zoom, zoom, zoom. Helps get a few frenzy charges first, and then everyone likes mirrored items, right? Except it doesn't drop anything. And don't worry about criticizing me for my filter. I get that. I'm using just standard never sinks filter. It's mostly because I'm lazy and I don't want to build my own filter. Don't be like me, don't be lazy. But I'll promise you, I'm the most mediocre player you will find. I'm right dead in the middle. Probably makes me a scrub, but that's alright. We can deal with that. Alright, we're going to see what Zaro can do this time. Ah, fonts. Fonts. Gotta love fonts. He's done, by the way. But I can pretty much just sit here, see what he's got. You don't always want to face tank him like that, but you sure can. Oh, drop me a ring. I'll take that. Oh, and I do have to get a little bit of accuracy. Now my offhand hits all the time, but it does less overall damage. Oh, I haven't explained a few things about this build. Dyadus lets you get a little bit more burning damage in if you've frozen the enemy. See, look at me not being careful. Oops. Big misstep here. Big misstep. Yep, I'm just messing around. Not trying very hard. It's going fine. This is a pretty quick lab overall. And with its chill thing, my offhand, I've used Himburn to convert all that to cold damage, but the cold damage still counted for the ignite calculations. So I'm still getting decent ignites. I wouldn't say the best. Probably not very good. Nowhere close to like what a Brutus Lead Sprinkler could do, I'm sure. And it's not going to have the life of it. But I feel like I have some more varied mitigations, especially the Rolling Blades where I can just dash where I need to, which is actually really fun with Molten Strike, because I can do like this number where I drop and go. So, and again, I'm a bad player. I'm not very practiced with this, so. And I die to dumb things like, you know, it's hard not to with melee to die to, I'll skip all that, get my chisel. Die to volatiles, but it happens. If I'm smart, I can easily just drop bombs and move out of the way, but I'm not often very smart. Which is one thing I can't improve with the build style, you know? Also, I tend to kind of go overboard on trying to compensate. Okay, so I gotta go back this way. And I know these are level 75 enemies, but we're not having trouble with anything. And then when I'm done with the lab, I'll just give some, man, these rooms. I'll just give some journal tips on like putting the build together. It's really simple and it's really cheap. Anyone can make it. And I know that for some folks, and I've been one of these folks before. I totally understand. Couple EX for a ring that you need for the build, you know, for the taming. I think it's less than that now. I think it was like 100 chaos or so. So just a little over 1. Should be right over here. Yep, there it is. Taming is probably the most expensive like core piece of this build, but you don't need it at first. You can deal without it for a while. You just can't do any high-end stuff without it. As long as you have Emberwake, Dyadus, Razor 7 Sun, so as I remember, my Dyadus is near perfect, and I bought it. I didn't buy it. Well, I bought this, but I got very lucky and vaulted it into Molten Strike, so yay me. That's one of the luckiest things I've done this league. Did that for the Molten Strike, and the Dyadus itself, a couple chaos, I think, and that's a near max roll, if I'm remembering properly. I think it's 290 to 330 on the fire damage, and that's all that matters. You don't have to care about the cold damage. Well, attack speed, you want that as high as possible. Mine's 14, could be 15. So, yeah, it could be better. It's not great. And then the other sword here, the Razor, it doesn't really matter. You want it as high physical damage as you can. I think picked it up for 5 chaos. You know, nothing special. And then you're converting, the Molten Strike already converts 60% of your fire. Himburn gets the other 40. So all your physical is elemental, boosted by your weapon elemental. And then the nice thing about Lion Eyes here is the Pierce does affect the projectiles. It gives them the more modifier. So it helps. But if you don't like the low life, there's a way to fix that. I'd wear Belly of the Beast. It helps with the resist as well, because I have a little resist problem. Oh yeah, he's dead. Sorry. It took longer, but it usually takes longer, but I forgot about Cole. So I felt like a pretty quick, clean kill. I got moved out a little bit because I wasn't paying attention. And I've got 3 keys here. Didn't really take much effort. And then, I know my helmet's junk. I'm going to roll it a couple times. Feel good about it. Caustic Arrow, good times. And Glacial Hammer. Physical damage gained is extra cold damage. It's probably best in slot for Glacial Hammer. Too bad for me. Hey, got a decent box there. Let's try this one. That one's okay. Let's try this one. Some rings and jewels. I'll take the rings, take the Viridian Jewel, and I'll pick up all this. Yes, I know, I'm wasting time. But, just to kind of explain, so back to, like, cost, 1 chaos for the axe, maybe, you can get started with whatever. 5 chaos for the weapon, no big deal. It cost me 2 EX for the taming. That was my most expensive piece to get it started, and that was fine. So let's just say 2 EX in there. In a fresh league, it's gonna be more. This league is very easy to get a taming overall. Those bear your spites were everywhere. So taming, let's just say 2 exalted, and Ember Wake. I don't know, 8 chaos. I think they're probably at 5 now. So you're talking a little bit for initial investment, but you can get started on the what we were talking about earlier with just the let's say 2 and then 5 and then another 8, we'll just say. So to 15 chaos to actually get started. And then for the Lion's Eyes, as far as I can tell, nobody cares about Lion's Eyes. I got 2 5 links at my stash for 20 chaos, and that's pretty much as cheap as you're going to get for 6 20 chaos. And 5 link is fine. I bought this. Chaos was at pretty much an all-time high, but I got it for like 3.3 EX. Guy brokered me a very nice deal there. And then just, it's a life build. I tried to see if I could make it a hybrid or an energy shield build. It just didn't feel good. It just did not look good on the tree. Getting accuracy from the hat and the amulet could be more. It isn't really necessary. If you look at my sheet here, I've got saying 91% chance to hit at level 91. Main hand accuracy is good. Offhand is very nice, so don't really need more. Biggest problem I had was socketing stuff. So we'll just look at other sockets real quick when I get back to my hideout. And then I think I'll probably call it there. I can do a strand with it real quick. Oh, I got a shape strand around here somewhere. So reef. There's a shape strand. I'll do that just for, you know, quick speed run. It will not be fast. The build suffers on clear speed just because Molten Strike takes a second to fall. That's all it is. Just dump this crap in here for now. Oops. Playing some... Oh, $6 tributes. I'm rich, guys. Alright. Oh, and the flasks. Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for janky stuff. So I got Forbidden Taste here to raise me to full. It also helps in my build because I do got a little dodge and spell dodge. It doesn't seem much now, but when I hit phasing, spell dodge jumps to 40, so I'm 4640, and then this brings me to 5650, which isn't great. Probably could invest more into it if I wanted to, but I felt like that was good enough, and it felt good. My armor and evasion are crap. That can be fixed by getting some evasion boots and evasion helmet. I don't have them here because this stuff is gutter trash that I bought as cheap as I could. Not messing with it. Belt is your easiest place to get resist. Once I filled out my other resist, I tried to get a little chaos resist on it. Trying to help that out a little bit. Every little bit helps there. I got a little bit on my jewels. I mean, that's about it with how the build goes. My atlas is not shaped properly, but that's fine. We'll just there you go. Oh, you know what? This will be great. So people hate temp chase with passion. I've got elemental weakness. My resists are not really good enough, not where they should be for elemental weakness. and they're going to do lightning damage to me. They won't shock me because of stuff. Projectiles and the temp chains. This build feels really decent in temp chains, of all things. So this will be a pretty good showing. So first of all, I can Whirling Blades, so that's nice. Let's get that ghost up there a little bit. Get some frenzies. Whoa! They hit hard, didn't they? Okay. Okay, I'm done chasing that ghost. Alright. Oh, I hear you 30-second guys laughing at me now that you're already done and working on your next strand. I am slow and I'm a bad player. Please forgive me. Alright. We're gonna get through this. And again, I consider this a mediocre build, but I see it as another method of doing Molten Strike. I don't have as optimized as I could. Again, I got lucky on the Culling Strike thing. That's going to cost you 2 to 4 Exalteds for a Culling Strike Dyadus, and a Dyadus is not this is not a weapon people really care about. Ooh, a breach. So keep that in mind. Oh, didn't mention this. I've got Ball Lightning set on a cast when damage taken. The reason is, oh, that didn't feel good. These guys, multiple projectiles hit like trucks. Anyone notice that? You gotta stop taking those in the face. Okay, so, the cast when damage taken fires Ball Lightning, which, gets enough fire damage that it can ignite. Oh, I can get slow there. Okay. I should not be face tanking this. That's one thing I do too much, is I face tank. Did I mention I was a bad player? Because I'm not good at Path of Exile. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm pick up the splinters. So silly. Alright, so get all this stuff. Get that. Zox. Almost off. Hello, friend. Yeah, don't let those multiple projectile fireballs hit you here. Oh, and then, you know, of course, Fortify, which I should be using more often. And you may notice I use Flammability. I do not have Pen on my links. There's a reason for that. First of all, I do rely a little bit on the Ignite damage, because that's nice. Okay, this isn't as fast as it should have been. Oh. We're going to act like it's because of Temp Chains. Can we do that, guys? Can we agree that Temp Chains is the culprit here? This is taking me as long to do as Uber Lab. Okay. We're going to clear a couple more things and be out of here. And this build can do a lot of various mods. There is, in some cases... Oh. Who was sitting there shouting, "Why aren't you using full haste?" I was shouting at myself, even. Oh, what's that? And that's why 100% Flask is helpful. This isn't a particularly rippy map. I'm just being slow. What I should be doing is this and leaving. like that. That's what it should be doing, right? One thing this build suffers on is the initial hits don't hit very hard. It's enough to clear. I can clear high tier maps. That's not a problem. Did I mention I can do Minotaur? I can do Minotaur. And that was pretty impressive. I actually panicked because I didn't think I could face tank him, and I was able to. I'm the type of player that doesn't usually beat Minotaur. It's usually outside of my league. We're going to do some, alright, we're going to go for broke here. And they're both done. Alright. That's probably all I should really showcase right now. I'll head back to my hideout here. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a good look at what the build can do here. And again, my name's Photeus. I hang out around the forums. I do a lot of mediocre builds. I have fun with the game. Thanks for watching.